Hey guys, what's up?
Okay, here we go. Welcome back to episode 9 of the Rule the World podcast, because everybody wants to. I'm your host and producer, Mason Whittam, and with me, as always, is Ben Grotnes. What's up, Grotnes? What beers do we got today?
I am rocking the Such a Much, I think is how you say it. It's an IPA from Kelowna Brewing Company in Kelowna, Iowa, and I honestly have no idea where that is.
I've never heard of it either.
And
don't know.
You know, somebody enlighten us, I guess, if you know where that is. We could have looked it up.
Could probably just check on Google Maps in 5 seconds.
I'm too lazy to do it. But, you know, we're looking at 7.1% alcohol content, ABV, in other words, and IBUs of 68.5. So, another stronger one. Not crazy strong, but it's a good one.
How do you get that half of an IBU in there?
I don't know.
Never
I don't
seen
know how
that.
you determine that it's a half. I'd love to know how you determine
a half an IBU.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm liking it so far. I've only had a few sips of it, but it's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. And it's just kind of a generic can. It's a silver can with just a little wrap around it. Nothing crazy.
Is it one of those sticker wraps around it?
Yeah. So, it's kind of like those ones.
No bad sticker job with the flap sticking off it?
Yeah. At El Bait Shop. Oh, I gotta tell a little thing about that. I went there yesterday, and I had some of the best beer I've ever had from there. The first one was just a milkshake IPA from Evil Twin, and we've talked about Evil Twin before, and it's just
very good.
Super good. It's the weirdest beer you can get pretty much anywhere. But I found another one, and the second beer that I had was from Maryland or Maine. I don't know. I can't really read it.
Starts with an M.
Yeah, I took a picture. I can't really read it. And it's called the Clown Shoes Chocolate Sombrero.
That's got to be good.
Whoa, it was so good, man. It's an imperial stout with chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon, and ancho chili.
Ooh. Could you taste the chili a lot?
Not a lot. It was just a little bit, just a good hint of it. It wasn't crazy. Oh,
was it
man.
like a little spice?
Yeah, just a touch.
A little spice?
It was
nice.
Man, it was probably the best stout that I've ever had.
Would you put it in your top 10 beers all time?
Yes.
Top 5?
Let's not go there.
Okay.
Let's not go there yet.
Top 7.
Dead Guy's still ahead of it from last time. Dead Guy Ale.
Dead Guy Ale.
Yeah.
Dead Guy Ale.
So, what do you got over there?
Well, I was on my way to the studio here in Grotnes' basement. Wanted to see if Grotnes needed a beer. Said he's already at the Hy-Vee liquor store, so I told him to pick me up a porter. So I got the MVP Nitro Series. It's Nitro Vanilla Porter. MVP. That's a sweet name.
Yeah.
It looks like an MVP like plaque on the logo, but it's MVP.
It was one that just randomly caught my eye, and I was like, "Oh, how about this one?" And you were like,
"Super good,
done, easy decision."
This is nitrogen charged, and a little bit about that. It says, "Where's it at?" I'm looking at the Untapped. The softening effect of nitrogen creates a velvety mouth feel and highlights the flavors of the malts and vanilla. I don't know if I've ever had like a nitrogen made beer.
Yeah, if you've had a Guinness, then you have.
Okay, I think I've only had like one of those, honestly.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's really the only one that you've
now
ever
that
had.
you say that, it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it looks like just a normal tall boy can, but like slightly skinnier is how you described it. Slightly skinnier, slightly taller.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bigger than a tall boy, but in fact it's only 15.2 fluid ounces.
Well, Sam just explained to me that they have to have that so they can put the nitrogen capsule in there. Because there's a little capsule for nitrogen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to be like a little thing when I shake it? I can hear it at the end?
Yeah. So
nice.
that's the first time that my brother has ever taught me anything about a beer. Because usually it's the other way around.
First time for everything.
Yeah. So
looking at 5.4% alcohol. And on the side of the can has some very important instructions. We got a little thermometer that says chill at 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I'm not sure if the Hy-Vee liquor store chills their beers at 42 degrees.
Not sure.
I don't know. I'm not that good yet. I can't tell you how cold this beer is. Then after that, it says open and wait for 5 seconds. Now, I assume that has something to do with the nitro because it made an interesting sound when I opened it. Unfamiliar to me.
But who's going to just start...
Like,
who's going to open the beer and
within?
drink it within 5 seconds? Just like, you're just so excited to just chug it? Or, I mean,
I don't know who's really partying with this.
it's not a party beer at all.
Not a party beer. Definitely a 9:30 p.m. beer.
Yeah. And
which is
when
right
it's
now.
getting colder out.
When it's getting chilly. Perfect
But,
day. Perfect day for this beer. Yeah. Very good. I like it a lot.
I'll have to try it
Very
sometime. Good thing
Very, very smooth.
I think
It's
that's the nitro.
That's the whole... Yeah, I guess that's the nitro beer, so...
Because Guinness is crazy smooth. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's super good.
All right, well, we're trying to gain some followers. Subscribe on YouTube and SoundCloud to listen. Follow on Twitter and Instagram to get updates on when we've recorded, when episodes are released. Also send us ideas for possible topics. And if you want to be a guest or send us a voicemail, just call one of us or let us know that you're interested. And follow those accounts to get involved with us.
Hit us up for a sponsor.
I'm not going to go to
That's all I'm saying this time. That's enough.
All right. Anything to mention before the pro tip with him?
Yeah, so I just finished a doubleheader of softball games in my fall league, and I gotta just say what happened during this game real quick. So I was playing right center field, and there's a field behind us with another game going on, and I hear like the people in the dugout and like everybody on the field like go 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 or something like that. Like I don't know, a big hit just happened. So I look over and see what's going on. And dude is rounding third going home. The outfielder throws it, hits the cutoff at short. Shortstop turns to throw it home, play at the plate. Dude chucks it over the whole backstop into the parking lot and hits a car.
Wait, what?
Dude, the guy from shortstop threw it over the entire backstop.
That's how tall are those? Like 25 feet?
It's not. It's a chuck.
Yeah. He threw it harder than he needed to.
I think he threw it more off target than the distance he was to the target, if that's possible. It was the worst throw I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
It was so funny, dude.
I didn't know that was possible to miss that bad.
I just see it go flying over the backstop, and then I just hear, poof, it hits a car.
Did it break anything? Do you know?
I don't think so, 'cause I don't know.
Right,
it didn't sound like glass or anything,
okay.
But
that would have.
It was hilarious.
That would suck.
It was so funny.
That would have been horrible.
So yeah, that's just had to mention that. I guess it was hilarious. Had to be there.
I mean,
you didn't
I
have
thought
to
it
be
was
there.
funny.
It was still funny. Yeah.
All right. Well,
It was good. Classic slow pitch.
You shouldn't be playing slow pitch if you're throwing like that.
You should be catcher.
Yeah. Or just sitting on the bench, drinking a beer. That's where you belong at that point.
That's where you belong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
All right, so we're gonna go straight into the pro tip, I think.
Yeah, what do we got?
Pro tip of the day is something that we actually didn't really know, just learned about it, and we'll give you guys a link on Twitter so you can see it for yourself. But we're gonna kind of explain it a little bit here, and it's how to pour a beer. Now we've had a lot of different experiences with this, with people at school that didn't know how to pour a beer. Like one of our friends decided that it'd be smart to pour a beer by just putting a can upside down in a red Solo cup and just letting it go. Terrible.
Just letting it sit there.
Come on, Connor.
Jeez, dude.
But okay, or there's we've always done as you're trying to not have a lot of foam in the beer, because there's people that pour it and like half the beer is foam, and you don't want that.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And
you gotta wait for however long.
Yeah.
Too long.
You don't want to just drink a bunch of foam and then didn't finally get to the beer. But what we have been probably doing is getting all the beer and having maybe just a little tiny hint of foam. That's at least what I do.
The goal was zero foam.
Yeah.
Like have the cup almost completely sideways.
Yeah.
Then slowly tip it back up as you're pouring.
So what we've learned as of late is that that's not actually how you're supposed to pour a beer.
Wait, what?
So, apparently, with the exception of your beer because it's nitro, most beer has CO2 in it. And when you pour it in a glass without leaving head on the top or foam on the top, you don't allow the CO2 to release. So it has to break up sometime. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a excuse me, if you don't have a head to the top, then it doesn't release in the glass when you pour it out. It's going to release in your stomach. So you're going to feel much more bloated, and whenever food hits your stomach, it's going to finally release that CO2. So the pro tip for the day is to leave about 2 fingers at least of foam on the top of your beer so that the adequate amount of CO2 is released and you don't have that bloated feeling when you're eating and drinking a beer at dinner.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is totally backwards from what we've been doing and what a lot of people that I know have been doing.
I don't really know if anybody knows this.
I thought it was super cool that I was really good at pouring a beer without having a single bit of foam.
Yeah, and so did I.
It was amazing. It took practice, got it down, felt great.
And we're beer guys.
But now it's the opposite.
I guess so. And I'm just enlightened now, and I have seen the way.
Can make pouring a beer easier on myself.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if we can just tip it upside down and let it sit.
No. Never.
We don't need to get...
We're not doing that.
We don't need that much foam.
Yeah. 2 fingers, 2 to 3 fingers.
That's a good thing to go by. 2 fingers right there, right on the top.
I'm a whiskey guy now, so I'm going to use that time.
2 fingers.
That terminology now.
That's what you had 2 episodes ago, a little 2-finger glass.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, how about that?
Yeah, I know. It's just something that I learned this week, and I've started to use it, and I have seen a difference. I'm going to be honest with you.
Please check out that video that we're going to put the link out.
Yeah.
Check out that video because I just watched it right before this, and I had no idea what this pro tip was going to be. And I just had my mouth open the whole time. I was just like, what? Because he does the experiment of like what happens inside your stomach. Mm-hmm. You got to see it. It's crazy.
Nachos, when nachos hit your stomach.
It kind of makes perfect sense now that you think about it.
Yeah, and I'm going to feel a lot better when I go eat dinner, and I'm like, when you eat dinner with a beer, sometimes you can feel too full. Mm-hmm. Now you don't have to worry about it.
And also, sometimes at like a restaurant or bar, you would get a glass of beer, and there'd be like 2 inches, maybe not 2 inches, but 2 fingers of foam. Mm. And I'm thinking, okay, this bartender's just lazy. What is this?
Yeah. Or like
where's
you didn't
the rest
give
of my beer
at?
Yeah. I'll be mad. I'll be like, come on.
Yeah.
Now I got to sit and wait a couple minutes for this to go away. Nope.
But now you know that.
Even
though they probably didn't do that on purpose, they were probably doing the best they could.
I
can't see them doing that on purpose.
Probably not.
But they could just say, I knew the whole time. But
I want to ask him next time
if somebody does that. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that next time we're having a draft beer somewhere. Cool.
Gotta remember to ask them, see if they know that. I'm sure they will, honestly. I guarantee they know.
At a bartender?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone who's been working at like a place like El Bait Shop or at least a brewery, I bet they know.
Yeah, well, I guess we go to places with a little more experienced bartenders than just a small dive bar. But, all right, so that was the pro tip.
Yeah, fantastic.
You now know how to pour a beer. Check out that link on Twitter.
I think that's my favorite pro tip we've ever done.
Not the slingshot at stoplights?
Ooh. Dude, that one's good too, though. I feel like this one could apply more, though.
Yeah.
To my life. But hopefully yours now, too. So
yeah, for sure. That's what we're here for.
There you have it.
All right, so next we got another What's Bothering Grotnes. And you've heard me complain about a lot of stuff.
A whole lot.
Yeah, and you've heard me sound like an idiot for getting up during commercials where I hear a doorbell go off. But folks, today, for What's Bothering Grotnes, it's absolutely nothing. Nothing is bothering me.
Write this down.
The world is right again, and do you know why, Whittem?
I don't.
Tiger Woods.
No, I do now.
Won a tournament.
I know.
Oh my God. Dude, I was sitting on my couch. I was literally tearing up watching it happen.
I believe it.
Oh, I am right now a little bit. Just thinking about it, man.
It's awesome.
I'm emotional about
It's a
it.
great feeling.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I
Happy for you.
been waiting so long for this moment, and he's back. He's gonna be number one by the end of next year.
Oh, baby.
At least one major next year. Oh, he's number 80, man. Number 80. And we got the Ryder Cup this week. Oh, God, I don't know. What do you? I don't think anything can get better, other than maybe having a better airing time for the TV because I don't want to wake up at 1 a.m.
Think about this now. You're going to know how to pour your beer while you're watching it. So that's just double beast.
At 1 a.m.
Double beast mode. Here's the
Yeah.
thing I got to say about Tiger Woods. I think we've talked about him a little bit before, but I wouldn't call myself. I wouldn't say I'm not a golf fan, but I'm not like a big golf fan. I mean, most of the time, looking at like the leaderboards, I might know maybe 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I like the sport of golf, and the fact that Tiger just won a tournament for the first time in a while, right? I mean, he's back.
Yeah, 5 years.
The whole deal of Tiger being back.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't think that there's another athlete in another sport that could be like that big of a deal for someone who's even not that big of a fan of that sport.
Yeah, it's everybody knows who Tiger is, and it's a comeback that's so improbable because it's from. I mean, obviously the personal issues. He's already kind of come back from that with his 5-win season in 2013, but since he's won, he's had 4 back surgeries, 3 just surgeries, and 1 was a fusion surgery that fused 2 vertebrae in his back. You're not supposed to be able to play golf after you do that. Like
That guy's a beast.
like people that I've talked to from here have had that, and they're like, yeah, I had to give up golf because I literally can't turn my back like that. And this dude is, I think through June, he was leading the PGA Tour in clubhead speed with 127 miles per hour.
Good God.
Are you kidding me? That's not
That's
not
insane.
allowed to be able to do that. I bet his doctor is just cringing, just like, oh God, I don't want to watch that anymore. He's just gonna ruin his back again. But
What an animal.
the guy's incredible. It was such a win for the sport of golf because he's somebody that pushes the needle so much more than any other person in any other sport.
I mean, everybody else plays better when he's playing,
Yeah.
and it's
Golf is
that's really cool.
Like we've talked about it before, golf is where it is because of him.
Oh yeah.
And I just can't think of anything that's bothering me because he won a tournament. Finally, the wait is over, but we've just started and we're back into winning tournaments.
Dude, it is only the beginning. Only in the beginning.
Oh my gosh. I can't
awesome.
stress you how emotional I was during that. Like literally, I was just sitting on my couch like almost crying. Like just on the verge of crying, like just watching history happen. And
That's great.
oh,
That's so great.
I've never like part of those kind of moments that like you don't really think about it, but that time I was thinking about it, I was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Tiger Woods is back, folks. Tiger Woods back. So for our first topic of the day, I'm just gonna send it over to Whittam because he is the one that came up with the topic. So go ahead.
We got another. This might be a little complex, but I'm gonna do my best to explain it. It's a would you rather. So here's the situation. When you turn 50 years old, you get 2 choices. Here's the thing. You have to pick right now what would happen when you turn 50.
Okay.
So, situation A. When you turn 50, you go back in time to when you were a freshman in college. And you get to relive those 4 years of college. And then, as soon as that's over, you come back to the present, being 50 years old, and it's like nothing ever happened. You just live your life as it was. So you get it pretty much like you get 4 bonus years of yourself back in college.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it's over, you come back, you're 50, and then you live the rest of your life however you were, like nothing happened. That's the first situation. The second one, when you turn 50, you get to go back in time to whatever year you want and be a freshman in college, starting that year. But instead of coming back after you're done with college, you have to stay in that time. So you stay in the past, basically, and then you live the rest of your life from there. So you get to basically either go back to college for 4 years and then come back to how you are when you're 50, or you go back and you stay back. You don't get to come back to the present.
Okay.
But you have to pick right now. So then, like, no matter what, when you turn 50, that automatically happens. So what do you
All right.
pick?
What do I pick?
Yeah.
You want me
And
to
if
go
you
first?
go back in time, what year do you go to?
You want me to go first, or do you want to say what you want?
I'll let you go first.
I'm going to say that when I turn 50, I'm going to go back for the 4 years and then return to 50.
Okay.
Because I feel like I've worked, I would have worked by then my entire life to build the life that I had.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, a family and all that, like, just an entire life that I wouldn't want to go through building again.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's
That
you
makes
know,
sense. Yeah.
Like, because what if, like, you do it right the first time and then you go back and you're like trying to build it again? You're like, I'm not doing it as well as last time.
Oh, yeah. That would suck.
So, because it's like
I didn't think about
you'd
that,
be in a
but yeah.
different time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's why I'd go back to 4 years. So, and the quick question is, am I going back to Luther every time, or is it like just whatever school?
Yeah.
Okay, go back to Luther every time. I like the 4 years that we had at Luther. I like the time period that we were in. Had the ability to just find people when I need them. Social media, it's like, it's just easier.
Yeah.
I mean, a part of me wants to say that maybe 4 years ahead, like, of our 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
So, like,
So
like, right now,
So
you
we
would
would have started in 2010 and graduated in 2014.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's when Luther was more fun. There was off-campus housing and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
we're not going to get into that. But yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd go back for 4 years and then return to being 50 because I would hopefully enjoy the life that I've created for myself when I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
So, what about you?
Well, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking that I would go back in time and be a freshman in college in, I want to say, like 1979.
Okay.
Be a freshman in college in 1979 and graduate 80, 81, 80, graduate in 83. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's weird because, like, there's technically 5 years that you're in college. Like 79, 80, 81, 82, 83.
Yeah, true.
That's 5. So, yeah. Like, punching that in on applications and stuff, it's like
Yeah.
adding, because you have to count, like, the fall that you started in.
Yeah, I get what
You
you're
know what I
saying.
mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would go back, and I think being in college in, like, the early 80s,
That'd be sick. That'd be so cool.
that would be so fun. Like, even just pictures of, like, Luther when your parents were there back then.
Yeah.
Like, it looks sweet. I would just want to see what that would be like.
Mhm.
I feel like I would fit in that era pretty well.
A lot, yeah. And the music, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm purely thinking pop culture when I'm thinking of, like, early 80s, and then think about, like, your life after that. Like, I'll be a dad in, like, the 90s.
God.
Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I already got, like, 6 pairs of dad shoes already. Big New Balance guy here. I mean, I'll be wearing, like, different colored swooshy jackets and some baggy sweats.
Swooshy jackets.
Dude, the fashion, I would go nuts with that fashion.
No, yeah, I get that. That's
And, like, the cars, dude. The cars back then, you're getting, like, I don't know, like, just the muscle car era and all that. That stuff's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, the music, sports.
the music for me is what's like it was.
Music would be amazing back then. To
Well,
in
yeah,
college
sports too, I guess.
in, like, that era with that music. Yeah. The
That means-
sports during that, I mean, I think it'd be sweet.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I would live in that era for sure. And then, like, when I'm old, we got all these kids on their phones and stuff. I don't know how old I would be. That's too much math. Like, if I come right, like, how
Be
old would
old
I
by
be right
then.
now if I graduated college in
in
83?
83, you'd be 58.
Okay, so yeah, I'd be pushing retirement.
Yeah.
In, like, 10 years from now, I'd be pushing retirement. And, like, all the technology right now, I could just say to all these kids, back in my day, all that.
I can't wait to
I
say
would
that.
just yell at all the kids all the time.
I can't wait to say back in my day.
Back in my day, we knew where we were walking. We weren't staring at screens.
we
We could see what we were.
or I could say that we had Apple watches. We didn't have holograms and all this.
Oh, yeah. Back in my day, we tripped on the cords on our phones.
Yeah.
Man.
We did a podcast and we had a million cords to get all the mics together and all that. We didn't have this wireless stuff.
Oh man.
But no, that's a good answer.
Like so nowadays, I hardly even play video games anymore. I mean, they're way too complex and high tech for me. Everybody's way too good. It's all online. I'd rather just sit and play my buddy on the couch. And back then, I mean, we're playing Atari, like the what's the game where it just bounces back and forth? Paddles.
Pong. That's just Pong.
My
dad had that.
I'm just playing Pong in the house in college.
I think we might have one of those in our basement. Honestly, I think we might have one in the back room.
It's just just seemed like simpler times.
Yeah, for sure. And
I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
I'd go back. Yeah,
that's a good answer.
1979.
See, when I was saying my answer, I was like, man, this is really what I want to do. And then I hear you saying this answer, I'm like, God, that's a really good answer. So I don't know.
I feel like
you rather got harder.
It's a win-win. I think it's a win-win either way.
Yeah.
Either way, you get to go back and live college again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you're 50 too, it'll just feel that much better. Because like right now we're not even a year out, and we're like, man, I want to go back.
Yeah.
But think about like when you're 50. Do you think that you'd really be missing college? I probably would.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think there's
like
ever gonna be a time.
What 50-year-old would not want to go back to college right now?
Oh, I hope no one. Because, I mean, unless you just had a horrible experience in college and you just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't ever met anybody that doesn't try to tell a story to one up me.
Oh, I know.
So, and I guess now I can have two stories.
Wait, what?
I can have double the stories if I go back for the another 4 years.
Definitely.
So, I mean, but see, the thing is, with that, you get to relive everything. So I don't know if I'd know what's gonna happen or something, but I could do everything.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, so
I come back.
I did it the first time, then I could do it a completely different way the next time.
Yeah, you could go out for football.
Yeah,
instead of golf.
Not that I do that, but
go be the kicker.
Yeah. Okay. Go out for basketball, but you'll hear about that later.
Oh boy. God, we should have. No, we shouldn't have. No. Okay, we'll get there.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna get to it.
But yeah, that was my would you rather. I'm curious to see. When I thought of the idea, I was kind of excited, and I Snapchat some people just to ask, and I'm curious to see what the people would say.
Yeah, I'm
curious to see.
I think we should have some people. Maybe if you want to give us your take, call in.
Give us a call in, and we'll talk about it next episode.
Call me or Whittem, and we'll play it over the voicemail box thing that we got.
Yeah, we got one.
Yeah, it's all set up. You guys heard in episode 5.
We got fan calls.
Yeah, so
we need some more. This is a good one.
Just give us your thoughts. So next topic is our opinion of underrated movies, and we've kind of made a little bit of a list here. We're gonna rattle through them, but these are just movies that we think that we've seen multiple times, and we think are incredible that most people really don't understand are that good,
or they just are like nobody's seen them.
Yeah. So, first one is movies that people have seen, but the Saw movies.
I think these get a weird reaction.
Yeah.
When you try to tell someone like, "Hey, let's watch Saw."
Because it's like
they're like, "Wait, what? What kind of mood are you in right now, dude?"
Yeah, it's like you just want to watch people get like cut up and stuff, or what? But they're super good movies. If you can get past, if you are able to watch the gory factor of Saw movies, obviously, like in the first one, you're gonna see a dude saw his foot off. So, that's just something you got to deal with. I don't know, but
you got to battle through.
Yeah.
Mentally tough here.
But the storyline of the Saw movies, it's one of those things that is so intertwined between every little detail that you see. It's just a very well thought out storyline and a series of movies that should not have that.
Oh, I know.
Like they're just about people going through torture, but it's an incredible story.
Dude, and it's like, I'm not saying that Jigsaw was like a good guy, but these were ways that he was basically like teaching bad people lessons, if I remember correctly. Because he had his reasons for everything. Not that they were right. But like, I don't know, just kind of hearing his reasons behind like each trap and stuff like that.
Yeah, because each trap had its own.
He definitely had a purpose. in what he was doing. It wasn't just a freak slasher horror. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. So
But I think that all the twists and turns of the plot and like how I don't want to say like suspenseful necessarily, but just the cliffhangers that it had. Is that suspense? Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I think suspense is like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? But cliffhangers are like, oh, what? I gotta watch the next one. I think it's two different
Yeah, but
things.
you're like, what's gonna happen? I guess. Yeah. I don't know what to call a cliffhanger for. It's just a cliffhanger, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's two different things.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, like what was I gonna say? God, the cliffhangers. Okay, I think this is why these movies are underrated. Is because all the blood and all that stuff gets in the way.
Yeah.
Of like, if you actually follow the plot.
Mm-hmm.
So like even the plot itself without all the stuff would be like a great movie, and I think a lot more people would watch them.
Yeah. And they also see the like newer versions of it, like the Saw 7, the final chapter, got a little just kind of like out of control, and
Yeah.
but the first 3 is really what is important. The first 3 are the really
Yeah.
cool ones.
And it's crazy because like, I mean, I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but in a way, it's kind of like Game of Thrones. How, dude? No, okay.
Whoa, now
I'm not thinking quality wise at all. Okay, obviously not.
please explain
Hang on
yourself.
a second. I don't know how to say this without just making this seem so much better than it is, but in a way, it's like, okay, in the first movie, there's something that happens in the first movie that like directly influences like way later in the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because like, some movies like the first movie impacts the second one, but does it really impact like the fourth or fifth one?
Yeah, not really.
Maybe not really. Like the Fast and Furious ones,
Yeah,
not too much.
especially not the
But
third.
like it like directly, because you go back in time and everything in these ones and stuff. So
No, yeah, I get. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's cool how connected they are.
Okay, that was a lot better track than I thought we were about to go
No,
on there.
okay,
So
come on.
so it.
Obviously not comparing
Yeah.
this to Game of Thrones.
Thank you. Just
Obviously not.
they used a similar storytelling method.
Yes, that's it.
All right,
That is it.
so there you go. Saw movies, underrated. If you haven't seen them, go see them. The second one is Never Back Down. And have you seen this one with him?
Oh yeah, I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, it's super good. It's
So
about a kid in a super rich high school in I think Orlando.
Somewhere in
He
Florida.
moves. He moves from Iowa. So
Yeah.
little Iowa shout out.
Where's he? Is he in Cedar Rapids, I think, or Iowa City?
I can't remember.
Or do they just say Iowa?
I think it's just Iowa. I'll have to watch it again to
Yeah.
remember what it is. But he's like a
He's just
defensive end or a linebacker in it.
Yeah,
and he
just
just
beats the
gets
crap
into
out of the kid. At the
he
beginning.
gets yeah. He gets into MMA fighting.
Well, no, the reason he moves is because at the very beginning he's playing football and just like gets in a fight and just like nearly kills a kid.
No,
Right?
no,
Yeah, he does during the football game.
no. His dad passes away, and his brother gets a scholarship to play for a tennis academy down in Orlando. So they move.
I thought he got in a fight in the football game.
He did, but that wasn't the reason they moved.
Well, it was part of it.
I
It
mean,
was a big reason why.
kinda, I guess. But the main reason was his younger brother was super good at tennis. But
Okay.
either way, it's a movie that is just super good. I don't know how to explain it other than just like go see it. But it's
It's basically a bunch of rich high school kids and like their thing at their school is just setting up fights.
yeah,
And they just go to parties and then, oh, this guy wants to fight this guy this weekend.
it's a super
That's it.
motivational movie to me.
It really is, yeah.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, God,
Gets-
what
gets
gym
you
can I go
pumped,
to like just learn how to fight, man?
Dude, it's sweet.
I got it. And we're
It's really good.
yeah.
I don't
The
know,
next
yeah.
one, the next
It's
one
cool.
is another fighting movie. The movie Warrior. Have you seen this one too?
I think I've only seen it once, but I need to rewatch it because I don't
Very
remember
good.
what happens.
Very good. Tom Hardy, I think is his name, is the actor.
Yeah, it was Bane.
Yeah.
then
Very
who's the
good
other guy?
performance.
Who was the other guy?
I don't
It was
know
another
his
big
name. He's
actor,
just a
wasn't it?
no. It was I think it was just kind of a lesser known dude.
Hmm.
But it's about like two brothers. Are they brothers? I think.
Pretty sure they are.
Yeah, and they like go into an MMA fighting tournament, and they each have a reason to win.
Yeah. Because they have like two completely different career paths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so each of them is like pretty much fighting for their life, but then you know it's
And it's like one of those you don't know who to root for, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's why it's just I
Yeah,
don't know. It's a movie that you can go either way on.
Mhm.
So another underrated movie. It's just something that's super good. The next one, Apocalypto. And you were the one that made me watch this one. I was always like, what is this stupid movie?
Did we watch this at school?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
dude.
seeing it in
This movie's
theaters, like
so
the
good.
poster for it, and I was like, this guy's got a stupid little thing hanging off his head. What is going on? It's about Mayans and the civilization. I was like, okay, I'm not going to go see that. And
Dude,
then
yeah.
you were like, dude, no, watch this. And I was way against it for a long time, and I finally did, and wow.
Dude, it is super good.
Wow.
The first time I watched this, I had chills at the end. Like,
Yeah.
I got chills.
It's
I don't want to say what it is, but this movie is about this Mayan tribe that basically gets, like, attacked. I don't know if the tribe that, like, the protagonist,
I don't think they were.
I don't think he's a Mayan, but they get like raided by the Mayans, because this is like a smaller tribe. Basically, they're like their little area gets raided, and like
And they get taken into
like
slavery.
basically the wildlings come through their village
Game of Thrones.
and do all
folks.
that stuff.
We're always gonna bring it back to Game of Thrones.
So this dude basically gets like kidnapped and taken like hostage, and he has to go get like sacrificed at the temple.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Great
The whole
movie.
movie's intense, like nonstop action. Super
Suspenseful.
good.
It's action. It's
And the ending,
everything.
the ending is like the biggest. Like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah, I have to watch again.
It's
Honestly, I don't
crazy.
remember the ending.
You don't?
No, I gotta go watch
I'll-
again.
I'll tell you after.
All right.
I don't want to tell the people. Go watch it. That movie's great.
Next one, In Time, and we got a little backlash from the people that I told this list to already when we were preparing the topic. Like, oh, that's a dumb movie. No, it's not.
No way. This movie's good.
It's such a cool concept. Literally, it's about this. I don't really know how to explain what the type of civilization it is, but
It's definitely in the future,
essentially, you're
right?
yeah, it's
Way
like
in the future.
yeah, it's a dystopian future is what it would probably be called.
Yeah, something
but
like that.
so your lifespan is on your arm, and it's like a countdown clock, and that's the currency in the world,
Dude, that's so cool.
which is a crazy concept. It's like, do
dude,
you?
How do you think of that? If you're making this movie,
I have no idea.
you had to have had like some crazy dream, and you just woke up and wrote it down really quick.
I guess I don't never had a dream like that where I just came up with a multi-million-dollar idea.
With a sweet movie idea.
Yeah, and
You wake up from a dream, dude. That'd be an awesome movie.
oh, yeah, I'm gonna cast Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried.
Justin Timberlake. Is this his best movie? I'm trying to think of any other ones that he's in. He's in a few.
He's in this. He's in Friends with Benefits with Mila Kunis. He's in.
What else is Justin Timberlake in?
He's in The Social Network.
Yeah,
another
that's
good
the one I was thinking of. That's the Facebook one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a good movie, but I don't think it's that great. It's just kind of like he
It's
does.
alright.
He
I
was a
saw it
Napster
once.
guy.
Saw it once. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't
But
really,
yeah, In Time, dude.
it's a great
Yeah,
movie.
it's sweet.
Okay, so the next one is another controversial one, American Psycho. And I don't know if a lot of people have seen this, to be honest with you. A lot of people that I've told are like, what is this?
I think people have heard of it, but they've never seen it. That's how I was before we watched it this
Yeah.
year at school.
And I think a lot of people, when they watch it, they're not in the right mindset to watch it. They're not trying to appreciate every little detail of what's happening.
I feel like these older movies, because this was maybe 80s, I want to say.
No, no, no.
Not was it that old? No, 90s.
No, it's like, it's like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, I mean that's still almost 20 years ago.
Damn, what's, whoa.
Isn't that whoa?
That's
okay.
weird to think about. But
I don't know. It feels kind of like an older. It's not made recently.
yeah.
But I feel like that like era of movies had just a lot more thought in them, like little details.
Absolutely. This is
older movies like
this
this.
movie has so many little details of you're just exploring this like psychopath's mind. And I mean I don't know
Yeah.
what else to say other than just go watch it. It's just
Classic Christian Bale,
yep, does a great job.
excellent.
Little bit of goriness in it, but not crazy. Not like a Saw, so don't worry
No.
about that. But yeah, it'll make you think at the end. And literally I've seen it I don't even know how many times and I still have a different opinion of how it ended every time.
See, I think I only watched it that one time at school this year, and
You should
I
watch
don't remember
it
a
again.
ton of it, the details.
You should watch
But
again
yeah,
because it's
I
crazy.
should watch it again.
So, next
I love
one,
I love a movie where you got to watch it multiple times.
yeah,
That's how you know it's good.
yeah, because you have to see every detail of it.
That's right. Game of Thrones. So
Game of Thrones, folks.
okay.
All right,
God.
they're gonna get tired of us saying that.
No, they won't.
All right, next one, Into the Blue. So this one was it kind of started off funny. We were watching it in our apartment, and the first like 15 minutes of it is just like Jessica Alba and Paul Walker just swimming around, just two hot people looking hot. And
Just setting the stage for us here.
yeah, it's just they're just
Nothing wrong
living
with
in the Caribbean, and I think they're in the Bahamas, I want to say, but
Yeah.
they just live there and
Somewhere
they're
nice.
just looking for shipwrecks. And then the movie just takes a crazy turn and gets
Yeah.
way more interesting.
Yeah.
So go watch it. It's called Into the Blue, and
I believe it's the only other Paul Walker movie I've ever seen.
other than Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was going without.
Well, I was
That
just
being
thinking
said,
out loud.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
I'm trying
know.
to think of. I haven't seen any other movies.
I
To
don't
be honest
know.
with you.
I don't even know any other ones off the top of my head. I can't think. Any other Paul Walker movies?
We're gonna. I'm gonna like think of one after this, and I'll be like,
Probably.
duh, that's an easy one to think of. But all right,
I don't know. Yeah, this one's good though.
It-
It's kind of weird seeing him in this role, which I think maybe that's what the whole like beginning nothing's happening thing is. You kind of gotta ease your way in. Okay, there's no cars. We got a boat instead. So okay, now we're ready for the movie.
yeah. Biggest tip of advice: just make it through like the first 15 minutes because it's kind of boring, but then it starts getting a little crazier. So
Yeah, gets kind of intense there towards the end.
yeah, big time.
Yeah.
All right, so next one, Bull Durham. And this was a huge movie in the 80s, but we're kind of gearing this towards our generation of just a baseball sports movie, just general in sports as it can be, but crazy good movie. Very, very well done. Kevin Costner, peak of his career.
Yes.
Hilarious, inspirational.
I think this is okay. They don't make like too many serious sports movies anymore these days. That I think. I don't know. Maybe they do. I just haven't seen them.
Yeah, just.
But
not
like this,
as-
the whole point of this movie, it's like a serious sports movie with like some comedy in it. But the gist of the movie is it's pretty realistic when it comes to baseball. I would say, just like you kind of go through like the pitcher's mentality and like the catcher, a veteran catcher who's played his whole career in the minors and just was in the bigs for like a couple games, I think. And you just kind of see like how they handle it. And I just remember a part where he's talking about like the difference between a minor league player and a major league player is one dying quail a week, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And what he means is this is so true in baseball. Like the difference between, I can't remember the exact averages that he was talking about, but like I think it was 25 points, 25 batting point, like average points. So like you're going from a 225 to a 250 hitter basically, or 250 to 275. If you get one hit a week that just like is an inch past the shortstop's glove,
Or just
like
kind
just
of
one
barely
little
cuts
bloop
through.
one little bloop that just lands in the outfield, like jam shot, that counts as a hit. Just one of those a week could bump your average that much, and you get to be in the bigs. And it's like just thinking about that is just so crazy because that's just exactly how it is, and
Yeah, and that could
it's
be
just the
applied
way
to
the game
life
is,
too.
and it's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, some people just get that in life, that little extra inch over the shortstop's glove.
That's right.
But and there's
Yeah.
also so many other quotes. Like we were thinking of adding another thing of like quote of the day or something like that. And
Yeah,
this
there's
was
a
always
lot from this movie.
this is the movie that we always like. Okay, what's the first one we're gonna use? You know.
Yeah.
And this movie has a ton.
Ton of good ones.
So, and some of them funny, some of them super inspirational. So
I want to say one quick one right here. It was on. So my sophomore year at school, we on our like door tags in the dorm, you had to pick a person and then a quote. I think we did this. Yeah, we did this last year too, but because it was the same RA, that's why.
okay.
But sophomore year, my guy was it was Crash Davis, who was Kevin Costner in this movie. He's the veteran catcher, and his quote was, when you get in a fight with your drunk, you never hit him with your pitching hand."
Perfect
Love it.
quote.
Amazing.
All right, and to round it off, I don't know if you've seen this one with him, but my brother just added this one right at the end of this.
Oh, great.
It's Balls of Fury. It's a ping pong movie.
This is a comedy, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
I think I've seen bits and pieces of it, or I
it
at
looks
least know what it
so
is.
stupid if you look at the cover of it, and it's just a dumb movie. But there's so many just funny little things that happen in the movie. Like Christopher Walken's in it for some reason.
Who's
and
that? Which guy is that?
I don't know what you would have seen that.
I'm so bad at knowing actors' names, dude.
Yeah, because like he's in Pulp Fiction, but I don't.
Oh, is he the guy in the suit that helps him clean up the mess?
No, he's the guy that talks
Okay,
about. Yeah, see, it's tough.
I just know. Oh, this guy is in that movie. I don't
Yeah.
know his name, but that's how I know him.
Have you seen Joe Dirt?
Yeah, but
Okay, well, see,
No.
that's another movie that I could. I
Who
could
is he in
say
Pulp
SNL
Fiction?
stuff, but I don't. You don't think you've watched that? It's tough.
which guy is he in Pulp Fiction?
He's like the army dude that is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that he like
See,
talks
I know.
about what he's
He
smuggled.
gives him the watch.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's the guy. So
Yeah, dude.
this
Oh,
movie's
wait,
just
what else?
so. I don't know why it's just so funny to me, but it's a ping pong movie, and it's like they're trying to make it super serious with it. Terry Crews is in it, I think. Yeah, he is. And
Is that the cheeseburger guy? And
yeah.
see, that's how.
How do you just not know their name?
I don't know. I know, but I don't. I just
This
know
is
their
how I learned the
movies.
song "Rock of Ages" by Def Leppard.
Oh, okay.
So that's another plus there. And I still do the dance every time the song's going on. I still do the dance from this movie.
I don't know what that is.
But okay, well, either way, those were our
Okay.
underrated movies. Go watch them; they're incredible. If you haven't seen them, if you have seen them already, just go through the rest of the list, I guess.
Real
So,
quick, if there was one movie that you had to pick out of this list for the listeners that they have to watch, what would you pick?
American Psycho.
That's a good choice. That might be. I don't know. My pick that I would pick is Apocalypto. I would
What
say
about Bull
that.
Durham? So you made this hard on
I don't
yourself
know,
for asking
yeah.
this question.
I don't know.
was not ready for that.
I only got that far down on the list and saw Apocalypto. But
Yeah.
yeah, Bull Durham was at the bottom, so I didn't get there yet.
All right,
I don't
well,
know. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, absolutely Bull Durham. If you haven't seen it,
Yes.
sports fan, still
Yeah.
Bull Durham. But after that, if you're not really into sports movies, then Apocalypto, I would say, is my must-see out of this list.
And I'm just gonna stick with American Psycho because wow,
Very good. Also very
insane
good.
movie. So
There you go.
that was
watch
underrated
them.
movies.
Go watch those right now.
Yeah.
After this. Not yet.
Yeah, obviously after you listen to the rest of this podcast because we got something coming here. So,
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Whittem, what is the final topic of the podcast?
515 OG Tigers. Now, this was the team name of our legendary, unstoppable 3-on-3 team at Luther. It was me, Grotnes, and Anders Jensen. You may know him. Also a former Valley Tiger with us. But
So first, let's
man,
tell them how we got the name.
515 OG Tigers. This is our 3-on-3 name. Starting freshman year, we were the same team all 4 years, just us three. Never had a fourth. Never needed a sub. We just went out there and balled. 515 OG Tigers. How did we get that name?
Okay, so I can say the 515 because that's our phone area code for West Des Moines and I guess really the Des Moines metro area, I think.
We were like, I think out of the athletes, for the most part, in our class, we were the only ones from there.
Yeah. I think
So-
Merman might have been 515 from Fort Dodge, but I think that's how far. Whoa. Was
Did
that
you hear that?
opening a beer?
Yeah, that was the Nitro.
Jeez, what a pop. All right, well,
4, 5.
yep. There you go. Now you can take a sip because you know the rules now.
Mm.
All right, so the 515, that's from our area code for our phones. So I don't know why we threw that in, just because it was funny, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Just to let 'em
Tigers. Tigers, obviously, Valley Tigers,
Valley
that's what
Tigers.
our high school was. And we did wear our old high school jerseys.
know. Oh, yeah.
And
the
our
mesh
old, like-
reversibles.
Actually, I think we wore our 8th grade jerseys.
Yeah, we did.
So,
Yeah, they were the mesh reversibles.
yeah. Which was
What-
pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was beast.
We looked pretty official, to be honest with you guys. Why did we throw OG in there?
Just because, We were just the OG Tigers. I don't know. I believe the people called me OG Big Wit.
OG Big Wit. That's what
they called. Yeah, I was OG
I remember,
Big Wit.
Yeah, I still
back
called
in
you
LV.
that. I called you
for
that.
a lot of the people.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys in our grade. I was just OG Big Wit.
You were that in high school too.
Yeah, for a while there.
For some people.
Some people, I don't know.
We threw that in because we were just like,
know.
what's it? Because you got to come up with a stupid name for intramurals, like. But we didn't want to go too dumb and have like a.
People always I don't know. I get tired of the whole play on words thing.
Yeah.
Especially with fantasy teams when you make a play on word with like one of your players.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that.
Okay, I got to share this thing from the fantasy team. Remember Ross's fantasy team? What he talked about?
No.
It? So last year, Game of Thrones was going on, and the entire thing was like bend the knee.
Yeah.
And then the NFL, everybody was like kneeling for the national anthem.
Yeah.
So his fantasy team was called Bend the Knee.
Oh boy.
So
okay, that's good.
Probably the best fantasy team.
See, it's good because it
name
doesn't
ever.
have one player on his team.
It's just a general.
I think it'd be sweet if you like included all of your players,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a really long team name.
It'd be super hard to do.
So don't do that. That's why you just don't do the name thing.
Yeah. So we just chose 515 OG Tigers because it's something that we could keep all 4 years and not go out of style, and
for sure
build a following of fans.
And it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because every time we saw our name on the schedule, we just have to laugh.
And we were out there with our we were the OG Tigers because we were wearing 8th grade jerseys.
It's OG, yeah. It was just OG. That's all there is to say. And it was hilarious walking out to the court. What team are you? Oh, we're the OG Tigers.
Yeah, I was the captain. I always had to. We're the 515 OG Tigers.
It was just hilarious having to say that every single time.
And it's me saying it. That's even worse.
Oh, you guys have a team? Yeah, what are you called? Oh, the 515 OG Tigers.
Yeah. So
you just have to laugh when you say it out loud to another person.
All right, Woodham, let the people know what our final record was.
Oh, man. So like I said, we were a team freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Just us three every year. We finished with a 36-4 overall record. I'm just going to keep spitting all these stats out real quick.
All right.
36-4 overall record. 2 of those seasons were undefeated. Again, we never had a fourth player. Like every team we played had 4, sometimes 5 players, and they're just subbing the entire time during the game. Dude, I can't keep up with these guys. Take me out.
We don't get tired.
It was just us 3.
Yeah.
We don't want to sub. And in our last game, our very last game, we knew it was the last game. It was championship, senior year. We were undefeated. Okay, we're walking in this championship. All right, we're gonna finish. We're going undefeated. So we decided to only shoot threes that game. Only threes, nothing else. We made 45 threes that game.
45 threes. You guys can go ahead and do the math there for how many points we scored.
I don't know.
But
Biggie was keeping score. One of our good friends, Biggie, he did. He played with us sometimes, but he was a ref for this, and he stopped keeping score. Like halfway through the second half, he just put
we
the
were just
notebook
literally
down.
counting our own threes, and then we added them up after.
Yeah.
And
we would take turns. We were taking turns shooting. So like you would shoot until you made one, then I did, and then Anders did, and like
and we were like shooting from the logos and trying to
pulling up from everywhere.
Yeah. So we ended up scoring. We won like 135 to I think 40 or 30 or something.
They got a couple, yeah. They got some layups.
We didn't even like allow them to score at all, but it was pretty funny. But it's weird to think that when I would talk to people that are freshmen or sophomores or something, they'd be like, "Oh, at like the captain's meetings or something." When I actually went to them, be like, "What team are you?" And I'd say the 515 OG Tigers, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are pretty good, right?" Like, dude, we have a reputation. What? I thought it was great. I'm like, I wasn't like trying to be humble. I was just like, yeah.
We absolutely ran the league.
Yeah, and it's just there's nothing else. There was Anders was the shooter. I mean, we could all shoot, but Anders was the guy that just ran around the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. I was the tall guy that just
getting boards, tipping the ball everywhere.
Yeah,
we always knew where each other were on the court. Yeah. I think that was the funnest part.
Yeah, because the chemistry was there from
was
all the years of high school.
I mean, we would play teams where like No, we didn't. I was about to say we played teams that maybe had more talent, but I mean we didn't really. Maybe sometimes. Sometimes there would be a dude who like used to play basketball or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, nobody could match our chemistry, and that's all it took. And it was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I probably averaged 20 assists. I just shot like maybe 6 times a game.
The pick and roll with you and I was incredible.
Every play.
Because if I wasn't open, Durs was.
Oh God.
If Durs wasn't, I was. I mean, it's just It
was so dumb.
We scored on every possession.
I still remember playing a team. It was another baseball guy and a couple of our pretty good friends. We were playing them, and it was like 39-2 at half or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're walking to go get drinks, and one was just like, "God, this is just a beatdown." He said that to me. I was like, "God, my bad, dude."
Yeah.
I don't want to, I still want to sit with you at the calf, man. Like,
Yeah. That was one of those games where
it was like, dude.
Every shot that we missed,
you guys
I
got
would
to
tip
try
in.
a little bit here.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were, but
They had 5
didn't
guys,
matter.
and we had 3, and we still just destroyed them.
yeah.
Like, literally every shot, Durs would miss a 3 or something. Like, the rarity that it was that he would miss a 3, I would just tip it in.
Dude. I didn't know he could shoot like that until we
Oh, no.
got there.
Not at all.
I couldn't even play in high. None of us played in high school. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Everybody was like, "Geez, you guys played in high school?"
Yep.
No, I didn't even attempt to go out for JV. It just wasn't worth it.
I dressed, and I was the only one that stayed till senior year, and I dressed every 3rd game of varsity. Every 3rd game. I didn't even...
Dude, all
I
these
sat on
guys
the
were
bench.
stars at their high schools.
I sat on the bench every 3rd game, and we...
Just
And
some,
apparently
just
I
some bench JV high school players out here
Yeah.
racking.
I finally
It was
came into my
hilarious.
height, I think.
Yeah.
I learned how to be coordinated with my height, which I was
Dude,
not.
I
I was a
was-
big goof out there in high school.
And the thing about playing 3-on-3, this was easily like my favorite team I've ever played on in basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing about it was, there wasn't a coach. We didn't have to run plays. There wasn't any subs. I mean, it was just us playing, doing what works.
And there's a
like,
lot
that
of
was-
space
that was
to
the
move.
best part.
and- yeah.
That's the thing that like I didn't really like about basketball is like, I mean, I definitely had great basketball coaches growing up. Like, I'm not complaining about that, but I always liked playing pickup basketball better.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
It's not as structured. It's not.
Mhm.
You're not worried about how much playing time you're getting, and
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just I don't know. You're just kind of out there having fun. Instead
If there was,
of worrying
if
about
I,
other stuff.
this was hands down my prime.
Oh, dude, mine too.
Hands down, dude. All
Mine
3 of
too.
our primes, by
Yeah.
far.
Like I said, I was just a big goof out there in high school. I was 6'4", about 150 when I was a junior, and wearing size 14 feet, looked like a big just L
14
shape out
feet.
there. And now I was just like, oh, I can have a little bit of coordination in my hands. What? And it worked out.
Yeah.
And then Durs shot 75% from 3.
I don't know how he drained that much.
I don't know.
I still can't get over it.
About hit the rafters
People
every
would
time he
just be
shot it.
getting so mad, like,
Yeah.
God, get a hand up on it, dude. There was.
Yeah, I remember when our sophomore year when the semifinal game, we went out. We were up 1 at half, and by this team that we beat by like 30 the time before, and we were like,
I don't remember.
we
that.
kind
When was
of
that?
had a little tiny bit of a huddle. It was some.
You said sophomore year?
Yeah, sophomore year. It was a freshman team, and we were up by 1, coming out of half, and Durs made 10 threes in a row on 10 possessions. What? That's not. You're not supposed to do that. But
That's
I mean,
psycho. It's crazy.
we went nuts, and we destroyed them, and then we ended up winning the championship game by another 30 points. So,
Good fun. Real good fun.
oh yeah,
Dude, just here, think about this, dude. What if these were like 8-foot hoops?
I'd be jamming.
Jeez, man. That would have been even more blowouts.
Yeah, because we'd be throwing oops.
Dude,
and
we would be throwing oops.
we'd be throwing
We would
oops
be
and
postering everybody. They would have no business being on that court.
yeah, no.
Dude,
So-
yeah, that would just be stupid.
If
Kids would get hurt.
yeah, if you think that you could contend with us, which you can't, but if you're having a dream that you could,
Oh man.
come on down to Des Moines. we'll get Durs back to Des Moines, and we're gonna face off. If you think you can beat us, go ahead and try.
It'd be entertaining. Let's say that.
Yeah,
Be entertaining.
for us.
Not for you.
Yeah, for us.
It'd be a waste of gas for you.
Absolutely. So that's where we're gonna end it for this episode. What's the outro song today?
Oh, we got a new genre that we have not used yet. Little bit of EDM. We got slushy. Have you ever heard of slushy?
I listened to this today, actually.
You did? Just because I told you we were gonna do it.
Yeah, I looked at it today. I was like, oh, I might as well know what song we're about to play. So
This was a hit last year at school. I played this one a lot. I
it's
think I just found it maybe like the end of last summer.
it's a great song.
It's really good. I like it a lot. Slushy, Lushii.
It's a genre that I recently gotten into. I'm not like into the crazy.
You could go all over the place when you're talking about EDM music.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million different subgenres.
I'd say I'm on like the lower half of craziness for
yeah.
EDM because it gets like.
This is like one of the sweet spot songs. I'm always looking for these sweet spot ones.
Yeah.
So you can listen to it, driving to work, or you can play it at a party.
Running to EDM songs is incredible.
Running. Oh yeah, dude. When I go on my runs with banjo, I got a clubbing playlist.
There you go.
Clubbing.
Clubbing. I always do
those
some
are-
EDM or some like a known song with like a EDM remix or something.
Yeah.
That's another good tool. So, it's just something you gotta look forward to for this last song here.
Yeah.
A little So Long by Slushy. Who we gonna tell this time to listen to the Rule the World pod?
Well, since we were just talking about basketball, I guess next time you're when you wasn't with me shooting in the gym,
Okay.
tell the people that you was with when you was shooting in the gym.
That was so stupid.
Yeah, that dude that's trying to pull up from Steph Curry range and just airballing. Yeah, you
Yep.
can tell him about the Rule of the World
Yeah,
pod.
these
Tell him
kids
to
these
figure out
days.
his life and listen to the Rule of the World
Yeah.
pod. That's all I got. Who you got?
For me, it's how in Iowa every time you're running or you're working out outside and you're running past somebody, everybody says hi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to
Why?
wave.
Yeah, you always get a little bit of a wave. Next time, just be like, hey, listen to the Rule the World pod.
Hey, Rule the World pod.
Yeah, we live in the Midwest.
Say it all awkward like that.
Yeah, Rule the World pod. Yeah.
Okay.
We live in the Midwest, so everybody's nice. Everybody's
nice
gonna
people here.
listen to you. So it's not like everybody's just gonna shrug you off. So
Yeah, let them know.
let them know. Let
For
them know
sure.
about it.
Well, anyway, thanks again, of course. Appreciate you. And Grotnes, don't forget to tell them, what does everybody want to do?
Rule the world.
Let's walk into the summer of it all. You waste the time. Your mama wanna saw you were gone. She told me love is fixed, you turned